is now live. And your audio capture on this, I believe, is this. Yes. Okay, so that is your.
Can they hear us?
Right now they can. Yes.
Hi.
Let everybody know we'll be starting momentarily.
Hey, everybody. Richard and I are just getting our tech set up. So if you're joining us right now, congratulations. Welcome to the Green Room. I thought about naming my podcast The Green Room at one point. Maybe I should have. Or Backstage Pass or something like that. Let's see. We are going live on YouTube. In addition, we will have Zoom up and running. So I have, Richard has done an amazing job. I wish you could see this. I have a live chat of the Zoom and a live chat of YouTube right in front of my very eyeballs. I wish you could see this. In fact, I'm going to take a picture and post it on my socials because this is amazing.
Just go live on Insta for a minute.
Oh, that's a good idea. I also want a picture. Boom. Okay. You want to see this? I'm going to go live on Insta.
Oh, here's Kyle.
Oh, there's Kai.
Oh,
Okay,
Kai.
perfect. Okay, I'm going to go live on Insta. Webinar prep. Backstage Pass.
Hey, Kai, can you hear us?
Post it in the chat if you can. Or a thumbs up.
Oh, but we cannot hear you.
Is problem.
Okay.
Hi. So we have, look at all this impressive tech that Richard put together. There's this laptop, this feedback monitor. We've got this reflection monitor that my camera's behind there. There's an iPad in there. And there's this big ass TV right here where I will be seeing all of the Zoom comments coming in.
I look like death.
No, I cannot hear you.
No, we can't. Let's make sure.
But give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, though.
Oh,
Yes.
Our computer is muted. Let's try that.
Okay.
Now we can
now
hear you.
it's working.
There we go.
Now, oh, there's
Okay.
I
Jalen.
might change my audio anyway, just to.
There we go.
Hit these little guys.
Okay. Let's make sure slides, camera,
Okay.
and slides.
Look at this.
Okay, it's all working.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Should we stay live on Instagram?
Why not?
Why
Oh,
not? Do you want to hang out? Oh,
Stay. Okay, good.
it happens when we're doing the webinar. That happens. The first time I did it, it freaked me out, but it came on in less than 2 seconds. So
Okay.
I was okay with that. So, Max Field, what's up? What's up, Rachel?
They won't be able to see the slides, but
You won't be able to see the slides.
If they join on YouTube, they'll be able to see the
Yeah.
slides.
So if you go to mariannehickman.com, or excuse me, if you go to search up Marianne Hickman on YouTube, you'll be able to see the slides. If you watch on Instagram here, you won't be able to see all of these glorious slides. But they are glorious and beautiful. Nothing, huh? I thought that was pretty funny.
What?
I don't know who you're talking to.
Sorry, no, I'm talking to Instagram. I'm talking to Richard. I'm talking to the public here.
I didn't know you were talking to me.
I said they're glorious and beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
You don't think I'm funny.
Sometimes. Sometimes you're funny.
I think I'm hilarious. Okay, do we want to put that over there?
Sure.
Let's put a battery sticky on there, maybe, so it can have some juice while it does that thing. Okay, we're live on YouTube. Oh, we got people starting to enter the room. Beautiful. We've got Sonia, who's here early. I love that. We had 100 people register. We had a bunch of people jump in and say they were committed. So, Kai, when you hear me talking, I'm just talking to everyone now. All the people. All the people. Okay, Richard, you're going to be the boss on that. Okay.
Test your slides button. Make sure that that's working. Nope. Okay.
Beep, 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 beep. I don't touch stuff when Richard's in the room because
Okay, now
I'll
test
probably
all your
break it.
buttons.
Boop, boop.
Okay, that works.
Slide cam, slide cam,
Yep,
slide
it's
cam.
working. Look,
Ah,
that's your feedback monitor.
not that.
Not that. That, honestly, just don't even look at that.
No, I don't even look at it. Okay. Okay, so can we zoom that in, do you think, a little bit? Or
Sure.
is that?
Pull up the camera button.
Okay.
Tell me when to stop zooming.
It's a little low as well. There. Ooh, that's good. That's good. And then That's great. Good.
Zoomed in more.
No, I think that's okay actually.
Okay.
But I do think I'm a little off. Okay, beautiful. There's my slides. All right, and then I'm going to test my camera one more time. All the buttons appear to be working. Beautiful. And we'll just go to the slides till we get started.
Okay. I won't start admitting people until 5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, this is wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock here. I'm want to make sure we got the right Zoom link out because I'm only seeing one person in the waiting room, which is odd.
I think we did. Let me double check.
Let's double check. We'll make sure we get this.
Because that is odd.
Yeah, right? Got Sonia. Well, Kai is in the same waiting room as we are, so, or not same waiting room, same event that we are, so just want to make sure the Zoom link we sent out is the right one.
The Zoom link that I see that we sent out via text.
Good plan. Okay.
So I just hit launch. I'm in it. Here, I'm gonna.
Yeah, drop and then.
Yeah, drop and then come back in. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, if it's the wrong freaking link.
Okay, there's Kai again.
Okay, so it is the right link.
And that was the link in all the emails as well?
Yeah. Okay.
It's the same room.
Yep.
Only one?
Yeah, that is sure strange.
That
Hey, what's
is-
up?
Okay, well, I'm going to let Sonia in.
Okay, we're going to do a tech check. We are just finishing tech check. Oh my gosh, for those of you watching on Zoom. Awesome.
Oh, we've got another arriving. Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I'm going to start admitting people.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Oh, there we go. Okay, all of our friends are joining us here. Everyone's coming on in. Welcome, everyone. We've got Paula and Sonia. We've got people pouring in online. We've got some Honor. What's up, Honor? From YouTube over here. So for those of you that have never met us before, I say us because my husband and I run everything. We've got Kai here as well. My name is Marianne Hickman. You'll see Kai on this call as well. He's one of our coaches that helps people get into the right speaker programs and so forth. And I've got my husband here, and he's running the back end. First of all, welcome. Welcome, everyone. I want you to throw in the chat where you're from. I just want to see where everyone's joining us from. We've got Jeremy here as well. Sulaiman. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I'm doing that justice. We've got Florida. Hey, it's 7 p.m. in Florida. I was just talking to a friend of mine from Florida today. Kai from Salt Lake City. Honor, I want to know where you're from as well. So whether you're watching on YouTube or whether you're watching on here with our Zoom, I'm just stoked to have you here. So if you're looking to get on stage and learn how to make money doing it, I got to tell you, you're in the right place. This is what we're talking about today. So I want to just get right into it. Tonight, I want to just be very, very open. I want you to ask all the questions that you have. If you're new to our world, looks like we got Maryland as well and Pennsylvania. Awesome. Got all my East Coast friends here. And we have a bunch of people jumping in the chat right now, just joining the call. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, I'm going to pull up the slide here. If this looks familiar, you're in the right place. We are tonight talking about how to get on stage, how to talk about your business from stage, how to deliver a powerful keynote that converts. Oh, I love seeing everyone here. Guys, this is why this is so exciting for me. If you don't know me, my name is Marianne Hickman, and I have a goal. When we built this studio, we're actually in the basement of my house. We built this studio, and on the studs that hold up this wall, our mission that my husband and I put together, my husband Richard, you'll see a lot of him. We wrote in Sharpie, put people on 1 million stages and help them make $1 billion doing it. Raise your hand if you want to be a part of that. Yes, Jeremy's all about it. I freaking love it, dude. By the way, this is a stage. Have your cameras on. I want all y'all's cameras on because this is a stage. If you want to be a speaker, it doesn't work too good if your camera's not turned on. So adopt that role right now. So let me just go in here. I prepared some slides for tonight. I'm going to see if, my picture's in it. Perfect. Okay. I got the little beepity beep button, Rich, when I tried to advance my slides. Should I click over here and see if that does it for me? Thank you, tech support and all other kinds of support. Let's see if that works. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Okay, so type a yes in the chat. Oh, we got Jeremy from Texas. Beautiful. Type a yes in the chat if you're already appearing on stages. Type a yes in the chat if you're already appearing on stages. If you're getting asked to speak, if you're throwing your own events, if you'd appeared on podcasts. I'm just kind of getting a feel for how many people are already on stages. Jeremy says, only virtual, no paid gigs yet. We're going to see if we can help along with that. Sonia says yes. Sulaiman, I hope I'm saying that right, says yes. We got a couple yets from Durham, North Carolina. Beautiful. Jeff says yes. Okay, awesome. Good. Now, I also want to know if you're already appearing on stages, what made you come to tonight? Throw it in the chat. What are you here for? If you're already appearing on stages, what did you come for tonight? If you're not yet appearing on stages, what did you come for tonight? Throw that in the chat. What are you hoping to learn? Looks like we got some people speaking in churches. I love that. Suleiman. I will make sure I pronounce that right. Okay, to get paid on stages. Boom. Jeremy says, I'm looking for info to help me funnel my topic into a signature talk. You're in the right place. Awesome. We got some people from New York jumping in as well. Good. Then you're in the right place. So I'm just going to reveal this right here. I'm going to be talking about the 4 most important steps of the 11-step process to growing your business from stages. And if you're taking pictures, great. If you're taking screenshots, great. Grab this information and take it with you. Diona says, looking to define my story and take the stage eventually. I hope sooner rather than later. Ooh, I like this one. Turn my passion into a career. I got goosebumps on that. Oh my gosh. By the way, guys, as we're going through this, when you have questions, throw them in the chat. Richard's going to be collecting those questions, and we're going to do a live Q&A here at the end, and I'm going to stay as long as it takes to answer the questions. I'm going to stay on as long as it takes to answer those questions. So ask really good questions. Richard will be putting those through. Looks like Victoria said podcast, but not speaking engagement yet for money. I'm a book author. Oh, great. Use the message in my book to inspire people to follow their dreams. Love that. That's awesome. Okay. So these are the 4 steps that we're going to be walking through to teach you how to make money on stage. Okay. Tonight at the end of the evening, I got the clickety click again. I got it fixed. Okay. Now, I'm going to do another survey. This is a live action interactive exhibit we've got here. I've got all of us together. I want you very active in the chat. You already are. Thank you. I want you to type speak in the chat if you want to make money speaking on stage. This should be a no-brainer, right? But here's the caveat I also want to give. I put this out on social media one time, and I got some interesting feedback. I got some feedback that said, yes, of course, just like you, I want to make money on stage. And then I got some feedback from someone that said, why are you so money focused? Why are you so money driven? Isn't that selfish? Isn't it bad to be so focused on money? Won't you repel people if you're so focused on money? And I see Sonia shaking her head no, and I agree with you. Part of the energy that people give off when they get on stage that we have a nose for, we can detect this. There is a representation of greed out there. Wouldn't you agree? There are people out there that are not full of integrity, don't deliver, don't do what they say they're going to do, and they take your money and run. That does exist, and we're idiots if we think it doesn't. However, again, back to my mission, I want to put you on 1 million stages and help you make $1 billion doing it. And the reason is I'm looking for the best people on the planet. I'm looking for people with good hearts. I'm looking for people who want to make people healthier, who want to make people mentally stronger, who want to save lives, who want to help their business grow. I'm looking for people who want to spread messages of good because I can't get to everybody. Tony Robbins can't get to everybody. Mel Robbins can't get to everybody. And so I want to fuel the people that are meant to do good. And you can only proliferate your message and reach more people if you have funding to do it. You should be making money doing what you love. You should be able to make what you love a sustainable source of income. And if you're on that message with me, that's why I want you to type speak in the chat, because you deserve to be paid for what you do. Now, I was reading a book called Launch. Highly recommend this book, by the way. In the book, it talked about this phrase that I want to share with you. And I want to quote it as best as I can. It said this: those who give will be given to. Those who take will be taken from. I don't want to be a transactional human. I want to be a giving human. So that's the kind of person that I am, and that's the kind of people I want in my world. So in the spirit of giving, let me share with you some gifts I have for you tonight that we're going to be throwing in the chat at the end of the call. These are things that I've written and come up with. Let me just take myself off the screen for a second. One, I have built an Own the Stage course, and the beginning preview of that is about the Ikigai. Does anyone know that word, by the way? If you know that word, just raise your hand. Have you ever heard of this word, Ikigai? Ikigai is a Japanese word that what they developed when they realized that a lot of people in Okinawa, Japan, were living past 100, and they asked them why. And they said, we're living our passions and we don't need to retire from it because we're making money doing what we love. I want you to find yours. So the beginning of my course gives this, and I'm giving it to you tonight. There's no charge for it whatsoever. It's all yours. Number 2 is the blueprint for your signature keynote. There's 10 steps that walk you through the signature keynote. This probably looks familiar to you if you've studied public speaking at all. I've just broken down your keynote into 10 steps that you can use no matter what the topic is. So that guidebook is yours as well. And then probably the most valuable part of this, and I hope a lot of you have this already, podcast database. I have a VA who adds to this database twice a week, and there's over 800 shows, all looking for guests. And those application links are right in the database. If you like that, type a 1 in the chat. If you think that would be helpful for you, type a 1 in the chat. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, awesome. Let's get right into this. I want to walk you through what I've learned over the past 30 years, 33 of speaking on stage. I started when I was 5 years old, if you can believe that. But I want to put this disclaimer out there. This keeps the complainers and the lawyers away. I want to say that this system that I'm sharing with you, I can't promise you anything because I don't know how you're going to show up. I can't promise every student that enrolls in university that they're going to exit with a degree, right? I know, Jeremy, I know. What? But listen, I can say that we have seen repeated success, and I'll show you some of the people that are taking this and running with it. Those that have have experienced a level of success, have been successful, they'll tell you that it takes an atypical person who's willing to put in the work and walk through unpretty stuff. These are the people that are willing to get feedback from stage. These are the people that are willing to get up on stage when it's the scariest place in the world. Number 1 fear, public speaking. It's crazy. And then I've got a room of 1%ers here that are like, bring it on. Jeremy, we're going to be friends, I can tell. Okay, so here's another one. Share in the chat. What is the number 1 reason you think people don't take the stage? Especially people that should be taking the stage. I firmly believe my value is worth something for sure, although I am altruistic as well. Oh, I love that. I love it. Our time deserves to be paid for. Our talents deserve to be paid for. But my goal is to make more money than I know what to do with, because I know what to do with a lot of cash. I know what to do with a lot of cash. I know how I want to serve my family. I know how I want to serve those around me. And I know how much good I want to do in the world. I've been on mission trips and I want to do more of them. Yes, and that requires funding. Okay, now the responses are coming in. Unsure of themselves. Good. Fear of rejection. I see the F word on this all the time. The fear of rejection, the fear of failure. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, they're coming in. Fear of judgment. Don't feel qualified. The imposter syndrome, right? I was just talking to one of my students today who was battling this imposter syndrome. And the funny thing is this, I hear from people often that they say, oh, I haven't experienced some deep trauma. I wasn't abused as a child. I didn't survive some horrific incident. Therefore, I'm not qualified to speak. And then I hear on the other end, people are like, I've experienced too much trauma. Therefore, I'm not qualified to speak. And I'm telling you right now, both of those are lame excuses for not sharing your message. I watched yesterday. I don't know how many of you like Britain's Got Talent. Does anyone watch that show? Or America's Got Talent, right? I watched yesterday as a competitor, got up on that stage. Now, he wasn't a keynote speaker, but he was a comedian, so that's a stage for him. And he got up and he actually lost his voice. A comedian with no ability to speak. He entered in Stephen Hawking style, his stuff on the computer, and the voice just spoke for him. And he was so funny. He's like, you may know me from such famous stages as the post office and the underground tunnel. And I thought, oh my gosh, this guy's freaking hilarious and has no excuses. He's a vocal comedian without a voice. So if there's anything that you perceive to be in your way, holding you back, I want you to know right now, look in my eyes. That is a pernicious lie that entered as a worm into your brain, trying to keep you from doing good in the world. Knock it off. Tell that to go back to hell where it came from. I'll tell you that right now, because the world needs good. And if you're doing good in the world needs you. So we can't let these lies and these false limiting beliefs keep us from the stage anymore. If you're with me, type it 2 in the chat. Oh, yeah. Jeremy says, I run into people not wanting to be on camera a lot. Yep. Fear of not being perfect. Guess what? I only know of one perfect person in the world. None of us else has measured up. Oh, gosh. Okay, Jeremy, you've seen this guy before. Yeah, you see my 2s in the chat. You're my people. Okay, I want to be very clear on the energy that I'm putting out there. So here's the people that I want to work with eventually. All right. If you're joined, I am going to talk about one of my programs tonight after I tell you what I'm about to tell you. So tonight I'm looking to hang around people, not just in my program, but just in life, in my groups, in my social media, in my circles, in my live events. I want to be hanging around people who aren't consumed by stage fright, who are just ready to put that behind them. I want to hang around people who want to be seen on stage and deliver transformation. I will add this, without ego. I'm sick and tired of ego. I won't hang around speakers with ego. If there's any speaker that doesn't have a coach, or there's any speaker that pretends to have arrived without willing to learn anything else, I'm done. Not interested. Seen too much of that. I'm ready to hang out with people that are wanting to pour resources into their business. And here's why. If your why is strong enough, if your desire is strong enough that it deserves your time, and it deserves your wallet, and it deserves your energy. You want to see what people care about the most? Look at their Google Calendar. Look at their bank statements. Look at where they spend their energy and listen to what they talk about. That will reveal to you what people care about the most. I'm looking for people that will follow the step-by-step proven process. I'm looking for people that are willing to take feedback. I'm looking for people who are willing to participate and be vulnerable. Oh my gosh, you should have seen the call last night with Jen Kitterman, who was put on the spot to deliver a 10-minute keynote, and it was so beautifully vulnerable. I'm looking for people that are dedicated to their why, so when the hell and high water come, your why can outdo it. And I'm looking for people who will do whatever it takes. And I'm going to tell you about a couple of people that I've worked with already. So my friend Daphne Stockdale, I've known her for about 10 years. She is taking the stage and she is creating event series for teens and their parents to come together. She's on a mission to end bullying in schools. Raise your hand if you can get behind that cause. Yes, yes, yes. I'm also looking for people like Christy. Christy's incredible. She's actually part of our team now. She not only got on stage, we met a year ago. It's like a year, probably 53 weeks ago. And in January, she's like, oh, one day I want to get on stage, and I challenged her to put a date on the calendar. So she said, okay, let's do it. And then she put a date on the calendar, and then suddenly what happened to her brain? It started reverse engineering this entire process, right? You guys know how this rolls. So she reverse engineered the entire process. She not only got on stage, but guys, I'm getting goosebumps because her first event, she hosted and she put other speakers on stage, and now she's got a whole event series that's just rolling and reproducing events over and over and over again. And she has jumped on our team to help people get booked on more stages. I'm letting the cat out of the bag a little bit on it, but it's in process. It's coming through. She's incredible. Let me tell you about Alton. We're actually going to have dinner with them tonight. We're going over to Alton and Tasha's house right after this call. Alton started a YouTube channel this year. Everything happened this year, by the way. And he started a business consulting company. I'm going to take myself off so you can see this. And he's saving lives through suicide prevention. He calls it Shatter 55 because we lose someone every 55 seconds to suicide. And that I actually just got word from Kevin Hines. I was chatting with him the other day. He's a Golden Gate Bridge jump survivor. That number's gone down to 40 seconds. We lose someone every 40 seconds. And it's time for that to stop. People like his wife, Tasha, who she also started her own channel, and she's helping outcasts find a home. I'm looking for people like Willie. He's been working with me for a year, and this June, he got invited to speak on stage in front of 1,000 people at the beginning of his speaking career. It was one of his earliest stages, and now he's emceeing some of my events as well. Those are the kind of people I'm looking for, and I get to hear results like this literally Monday through Friday on a daily basis, and I am very accurate with my language in this because I don't like hyperbola. I hear about this every day. I meet with my accountability team from 7 to 7:30 every single morning, and we talk about the progress. We talk about where they're winning, and we talk about the revenue that's being brought in because I want to see that working for you. Oh my gosh, we have so many chats on the YouTube channel. I'm a disabled veteran. I've had over 38 surgeries. I want to tell my story. James, that deserves to be told. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to just give you a fair heads up. I'm going to have an offer at the end of this workshop. For some of you, it will make sense. For some of you, it won't. For some of you, it will make sense to get started. I call it the Mastery Hive. For some of you, you're going to sit here and you're going to absorb the information. You're going to take it and run with it, and that's awesome. And for some of you, you're like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for. Let's freaking go. Let's do this. Let's invest in my business. Let's learn how to get on more stages. Let's make this happen. It's going to be about $1,000 investment. I'm not shy about that. I just let you know up front. We're going to work together to refine your presentation so it makes you money on stage. I want it to be smart. I'm looking for about 5 people. If we have more, awesome. We do have capacity for that, but I got to tell you something. I'm only looking for the right people. I don't want the wrong people in my program. You guys are all coaches, right? If you're a coach and you have the wrong person in your program, it's a gross feeling. I don't want that. I'm just looking for the right people that vibe together and we can help each other grow. If you're in for that, just let me see your hands up. Yes. I didn't see the thing, Jeremy. Just waiting for, there we go. Okay, so let's get to the nitty gritty here. So the question is it really possible for me to grow my business from stage? Duh. Yes, that's why we're here. Let me walk you through it. And first, before I do that, I want to tell you about my track record. For those of you that don't know me, I don't love tooting my own horn, but I want you to know who you're working with here. So I've been on over 2,400 worldwide stages in 17 different countries. We've generated together with our clients. This isn't just my revenue. This is revenue with the people whose stages I have appeared on, whose sales floors I have run, and myself and my students. We've generated together $54 million in revenue. For my goal of generating $1 billion for good speakers, we're 5% there, which is awesome. How many of you want a slice of that pie? Raise your hand. Good. Let's make a bigger pie. I hope $1 billion is too small. I really do. Okay, we've got 3 million views on social media. I'm a podcast host, #1 best-selling author, 16 books and counting that I've written. I'm on a mission to create my 100 millionaires. I have a list on my phone of people who said they want to be on that list. Again, my goal is to help you get on 1 million stages and help you make $1 billion doing it. And you might be surprised that it's not through stage fees. Stage fees are not my favorite way to get paid from stage. It's trading hours for dollars. Sometimes they make sense. Sometimes they don't. Yes, I agree, Jeremy, it represents only 40% of the potential income that you can make from stage. If you're only accepting stage fees and you're only looking for paid speaking gigs that give you a stage fee, you're leaving 60% of your revenue on the table. And it is no longer sustainable because one day you're not going to want to travel. One day the luxury of that is going to wear off. It's going to be non-glamorous anymore. I want you to be able to be paid even when you're not on stage. How many of you want that? Type a 1 in the chat. If you want that, type a 1 in the chat. Honor says, I'm a 58-year-old empty nester that has been married 31 years. You go, girl. Raised 4 kids, have moved 15 times in 30 years and helped women create a life and legacy they love no matter their age. Honor, I think we've seen each other online. This is amazing. I love all your ones coming through the chat. You guys are awesome. Okay, let's jump right into it. I'm going to just give you a little bit of background on who I am and what I value. I love training. I love learning. I work on myself. I have a mentor that I sit with every Tuesday night for an hour. I love travel. I'm not bored of it yet. I haven't seen enough. So I take speakers on tour all over the world. Does anyone want to do that, by the way? Any speakers want to go on tour? Yes. Okay, good. I'm a wife and mom. I've got 6 beautiful babies, and I love give back. Whenever we tour, we try to find a way to give back to the community. That's really important to me. So I want to know what you're about. Share with me what you're about in the chat. What are the things that you value? Because for us and our company, we value family first. So we want to make, like, all the things that I do for work fits in between everything that my kids need. And yes, I do have help. Thank God for our nanny. She is incredible and she helps this house run, but family comes first. We also value integrity. It was doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. We also value success. And for us, the definition of success is that you're winning, we're winning, and your clients are winning. If someone's losing, it's not success. If someone feels like they're losing, it's not success. We also value charity. and not just in terms of being charitable. And I don't run a charity, I run a business just like you, but I also believe in charity as in the pure love of Christ. And I'm an unashamed Christian that owns it. I welcome all denominations, and I'm not afraid to share what I am. Now, I want to know, let's see. I want to post it in the chat. Spiritual health. I love that. Oh, I love the way you put that. Integrity, family, beautiful. We are birds of a feather. Awesome. Freedom, authenticity, and divinity. I love that, Melissa. Awesome. 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 Okay, I want to tell you about Jen. I think I mentioned her name a little bit ago. Jen sent me this video. This is a screenshot of the video right after she closed her first paid client. And I got to tell you, I freaking love getting these. I post them on my Instagram highlights under the testimonials little tab there. So you can go over there and watch these if you want to. But Jen sent me this video after she booked her first paying client, and she just started speaking this year. It's been awesome to watch that. This is her on stage. She just started in April of this year. She's already had live stage bookings, 3 of them so far, and she's had paid clients come in because of it. And she teaches people health and wellness and how to have confidence in order to lose weight. This is Adrian Hernandez. Some of you may recognize that other guy there, Ryan Pineda. Adrian was invited to speak on the WealthCon stage earlier this year, it was in July, to share his message on personal development in front of 1,200 people. How many of you would want to be on a stage like that? That's an awesome stage to be on. I got to tell you about Kelly. She started working with me about 10 years ago. She started her own speaker training company. So now she teaches public speaking as well. And she takes client on retreats and cruises. She's built a business out of it. She used to be the manifesting queen, and then she did like this mermaid cruise thing. She's been super successful with it, and I freaking cheer her on. And she just did another event last week. I want to tell you about Layla. I don't know how many of you have seen this lady or not. If you were watching the news in 2020, you saw her name probably plastered all over. She started a school down in Florida, and she is a fighter for the rights of children. She's going to be on the Turning Point stage coming up next month, actually, and she's working together with me. We just got on the phone today, and she's going to be on stage in front of over 5,000 people to share her message on empowering the actual health of families. Type a yes in the chat if you want results like that. Maybe you're ready for stages for 5,000 people. Maybe you're ready for your first stage. Maybe wherever you're at. Jeremy says, to be honest, I'd like to be on a huge stage and will be as a sales trainer. Ooh, I have spoke to 2,500 people before for a national pharmacy co-op chain. Beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Good. I'm looking for you. Oh my gosh. A theater teacher, Victoria says, playwriting teacher and published lyricist. First-time middle grade book author. Awesome. Let's get right to it then. Okay, so I told you I had the 4 steps. Now, I'm going to show you all 11 later. But this is, if I were to condense all of the training that I have for you in the hour that we have together, this is what it would be. These are the most critical 4 steps to get you paid from stage, even without a speaker fee. Should you know your speaker fee? Yes, absolutely. For example, if you go speak at Yale or you go speak at universities, they have a speaker fee budget and they don't let you give away stuff from stage. So yes, you should be paid for that stage time, especially if you can't collect leads. But like we've said, if you want to be paid to speak, the bigger reimbursement comes from enrolling people into your stuff. That's where the money is made. So let's walk through exactly this breakdown. First of all, there are 4 different kinds of stages. Okay, there's 4 different kinds of stages. You may have been on more stages than you originally thought, and maybe you weren't counting some. Right now, I'm on 3 digital stages at this very moment. I'm on stage on Zoom, I'm on stage on YouTube, and I'm on stage live on Instagram, right? We're on 3 digital stages right now. So my stage count just went up by 3. Does this make sense? Not if this is making sense. Okay, awesome. So this is, I want you to count your stages, right? Your physical stages, they can be retreats, they can be live events, they can be galas, they can be award ceremonies, they can be parties, they can be just about anything. Your digital stages, they can be webinars, just like you're here tonight. They can be a social media live, right? I have a challenge for all my students to go live 50 times in 2 weeks. It's crazy what comes out. You can do live masterclasses. There's let's see, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and need to hammer down more. Yes, Get on, what is the new one that just came out? It's like a Be Real or something like that. I feel like an old grandma when I don't know what the tech stuff is nowadays, but that's what it is, right? I guess I'm a boomer now. I don't even know. I got 6 kids. They tell me how old I am all the time. And I was like, dang right. All right, other stages, seminars, breakout, and these are other people's physical stages. This is what we usually think of, right? When we're thinking, I want to get on more stages. Most people are thinking so myopically of like, oh, it's only a stage if I'm on somebody else's stage. Yes, we love those. But if you're not putting on your own stages as a speaker, then you're robbing yourself. Absolutely robbing your own credibility. So we've got seminars that you can speak at. You can be in a breakout section in a bigger seminar or maybe an event. My friend Liz Watt owns Be Healthy Utah, and it's an event with 1,200 people, and they have breakout sessions. So that's a stage for people. You can be a presenter at a VIP event. You can be a presenter at a graduation ceremony or something. I was an MC at a wedding one time. That was fun. Definitely didn't pitch on that stage. For other people's digital stages, you can be in a mastermind. Now, I teach a mastermind for Keaton Hoskins every Friday at 10. Some of you may know the guy. He's got like 3 million followers on Instagram. You can be on other people's stages as far as podcasts. By the way, that's one of my favorites, and you're all going to get that podcast resource. Podcasts are fantastic. Imagine not having to have a keynote ready, talking about your business for 30 minutes to an hour, and then having that evergreen on the internet with your tripwires. How cool would that be? That's why I want you to get on as many podcasts as possible, and you might even be inspired to start one. Richard and I have helped 6 launch this year. We started 6 podcasts with other people, not even our own. It's been awesome to watch that happen because guess what? I just connected people. This is what happens when you own your own stage and you own and you know me. When I'm like, okay, I know what Jeremy does. And I need to connect Jeremy with this person because they would vibe so well. I sent out 3 introductory texts today for podcast swaps. I introduced Layla to Renee today, and they're going to be coordinating a podcast swap and maybe something bigger. So the value of being in my phone, oh, my phone's over there. The value of having your number in my phone and me being clear on what you do is that I introduce you to as many people as I possibly can. Because as they say, your network is your net worth. And that's very true if you use it correctly. Okay, let's get right back to it. So the next thing you need to do once you identify these stages is speak. Ta-da! Shocker, right? So I got this book that I'm going to be giving you at the end of the night. It goes over all of these 10 steps. You've probably seen me practice some of these tonight. Number 1 is the enrolling questions. Every time we talk to each other via chat, we are enrolling each other. When you get in front of audience, you got to be enrolling them and getting them to say yes to things. Yes to things that they actually want. We're not doing gratuitous, hypothetical garbage. We don't do that. Okay, number 2 is your introduction. You saw me do that tonight. I introduced myself. I said, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm proud of. This is where I've been. This is what I'm up to. This is what I value. And I got to tell you guys, this hero's journey, this story, this is the most impactful part. And I want to just pause the training for a little bit to tell you my journey. Can I do that? Give me a thumbs up if I can do that. Awesome. Madison, I love your hair, by the way. I love that your camera's on. Thank you. So I was once upon a time married when I was 18 years old. 1 star, do not recommend. I didn't know enough about myself at that point to be bringing on another person in my life, but I did. And that's okay, because I learned a hell of a lot. I found myself 13 years later as a single mom of 5 kids. I found myself on welfare. I had my own food stamps card for a long time. I found myself on WIC. I found myself on church welfare. I found myself on the government HEAT program. And I found myself then also kneeling next to my bed. Not just praying. I was beyond that at this point. I was having a knockdown, throw down conversation with God because I was pretty mad. I've done all the right things. I stayed faithful. I kept true. I did all the right things. And yet here I am going to college, can't afford it. I'm not getting scholarships. I don't know why, because I'm like super smart, right? But I'm paying out the nose for this thing, $100,000 in debt to college. I don't have anything left. I don't know who to go to for financial training. My parents don't have the financial results that I'm looking for. None of my college professors have the financial results that I'm looking for, although they could teach me how to be a college professor, but that's not what I want. None of my friends have this financial thing figured out. And I thought, am I just not allowed to want to be a millionaire? Am I just not cut out for this? Is this just not for me? Far beyond being a millionaire, what if I just could get back to zero and climb out of this debt hole that I'm in? And I took all of these emotions and all of these feelings and I hit my knees because, as Abraham Lincoln said, I had nowhere else to go. And I said, listen, imagine this presumptuous nature. Listen, God, here's what we need to do. You either need to put a box of $100,000 on my front porch so that I can get back to zero and start paying stuff off, and maybe I can get a leg up after that. Or I need you to put someone in my world that can help me figure out this game. I need you to put someone in my universe that can teach me, because I don't know who to turn to right now. I don't know anyone who has this figured out. And I would be lying if I said I didn't check the front porch. 3 to 4 days in a row. Went outside, looked on the front porch, no box. The cash was not there. And I knew that since I had made such a demand, I had to have some kind of an answer. So my radar started scanning. Okay, where is this person that I'm supposed to meet? How many of you have asked us a question like this before? You demand something from the universe and then you start looking for it, right? This is why I have this little purple car on my little nightstand, whatever the heck this is, a shelf, because I have a belief that whenever I see a purple car, I'm going to have a lucky day. It's a trick I play in my own brain. It works really well. So I went to a seminar. I met a mentor, and I was as skeptical as you can imagine. I had my arms crossed, my legs crossed, my eyes crossed, everything you can cross as closed off body position as you can imagine. I showed up, but I was there in the back of the room, right? I show up, I'm listening, and then the presenter does the stupidest thing in the world, and he hands out his phone number at the end of the presentation. And I was like, I got you. Because if you are everything that you say you are, I'm going to use and abuse that phone number and call you and ask you everything that I need to know. And I did. I called. I asked the question.